Welcome to Module 4. Who are you talking to? I love this conversation, so I named it Audience, Customers, Buyers. Oh my. This is something that I believe most people skip, or most people think everyone will love my content because they fall in this category. And nothing could be farther from the truth. So let me break it down for you. And this doesn't matter if you have faceless content or spoken content. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram. It aligns with all of them. Everyone who is on social media is an audience. So everyone, all of us are part of an audience. A customer is somebody who ends up coming to our page or sees our content, because there are tons of people that I may never see, but I'm still part of an audience. I then become a customer because I see someone's page. And when I am a customer on someone's page, I expect that page to answer some of my very basic needs. Good lighting, good audio, and some sort of takeaway. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, they all expect you to have that as well. That is a bare minimum for them. Good audio, good lighting, and a takeaway of some sort, and original content. I should add that in there as well. That is an expectation of all of the social media apps right now, and it's only going to continue. So that's what happens when you're a customer. A buyer, whether you're selling something or not, is the person who comes to your page and they decide to like the post, they decide to comment on the post, and they decide to follow you on the post. They become your buyers. We have to identify the difference between a customer and a buyer. So first off, I think people are thinking, oh, a customer is what I need. So that's everybody who likes art, everybody who's a stay-at-home mom, everybody who wants to make money online, everybody that likes to travel. Well, sure, but they may not all be your buyers. Your buyers. So let's identify your customer first, and then we will identify your buyers next. At the very minimum, when you are thinking about customers, and we're again talking about people who hit our page, but we want to start maybe sifting through different customers. Maybe that's a good way of looking at it. We want to start calling out to people to get them to be a buyer, but we don't know how to do that yet. So what I want you to do is fill out these pieces of paper that are in your downloads, this checklist, and the one on the next page. What we will do is think about your mission, think about what you're doing, and then think about if somebody came to your page, what are they looking for if your mission aligns with them? So are they looking for education? Do they need more freedom? Click these check boxes right here and put that aside. Then I ask you to fill out this customer matrix. Now, if you already have a customer matrix, don't worry about it. It should take you 2.5 seconds to fill this out. If you don't have a customer matrix, then I do ask that you spend time thinking about this. Again, spend time thinking about who are you trying to reach? Who in your brain wants this? Who do you think you're going to speak to the most? Again, it is not everybody. It's just not. And we have to stop thinking that way. We have to think about who are the people would you want to hang out with? Who are the people you'd want to go to dinner with? You don't want to go to dinner with everybody. Who are the people that you want to be part of your community? So as we have this customer that's coming to our page, we now want to start pulling out a little bit more of those customers. So at the very least, I use this first for people to fill out this customer matrix. Now, I'm not asking you to do anything that I don't do. In my 7-figure business outside of TikTok, we fill out a customer matrix quarterly. For social media, I fill out a customer matrix monthly. And I do that because it helps me continue to give content to the people who are coming and the people who are really showing up. And then it helps me identify how I help my buyers after I identify my customer. Now, I know my customer. I knew who my customer was the first day I did this Prove a Dude Wrong. I remember walking out of that meeting thinking, because I was 51, wow, I am having such a different reaction at 51 than I would have had at 45. I need other 45-year-old women to understand how wrong this guy was. And I need to talk about it. So for me, my ideal customer was 45 years old. She was 25 pounds overweight. She's spiritual. She's not necessarily religious. She's kind of fighting with her organized religion right now. She prefers to read James Patterson, Mary Higgins Clark. She would like to get champagne on a rooftop bar rather than going to a dive bar in any sort of way. She would prefer to do happy hours with people instead of going out to clubs. She is working in some sort of area where she's helping people in some sort of area. She may be married. She may not at all. She probably either has no children or maybe up to 3 children. It all depends. They could be hers. They could be adopted children. They could be, and by adopted, I mean adopted, or she could be the auntie for so many people. She also is somebody who worries all of the time about where the world is going and how she's fitting into it. And is she making a difference? And what kind of changes does she need to make in her life? She wants to be part of a community, yes, but she would prefer to have close friends that are closer to her, that she is connected with. She will watch 90 Day Fiance with her husband if she needs to. She's not above that in any sort of way. And her name is Elizabeth. I knew all of that because my customer at that point in time, when I knew I was going to be coming here and pouring my heart out on social media, was just me at 45. That's it. There's no way you have to make this any more complicated than that. Fill out this customer matrix, whether you're selling something or not, as yourself. That's it. Just fill it out as yourself. If for some reason you are doing something and you're doing a job that is not for yourself, so you're doing a job that, or you want to help people with something else that doesn't align with you, then you need to think about who you're helping. So if you are not a senior, but you're helping seniors, then you need to figure out your favorite senior and use their age. Additionally, the age range that you have is 5 years above your age and 5 years below your age. That should be a good span of people that you're talking to, but not, again, everybody who's a senior, or everybody who likes art, or everybody wants to make money online. Noticing who your ideal customer is, having a name to that person makes a huge difference when we start making our content, because now we know our mission, we know our niche area, we now know the topics, our content pillars that we're going to talk about, and now we will know this person. And we are going to be speaking to this person directly when we put on our camera. Again, faceless or spoken, you are going to connect with this one person. And many people ask me, and we'll talk about it later, about how to get comfortable in front of the camera. That's how you get comfortable in front of the camera. You think about one person you're talking to. You don't worry about all of the people. You don't think you're talking to 50 billion people. You think you're talking to one person, because remember, your mission is important for that person. It's not worrying about 100 people. Might as well give that person a name. The other way, if you don't want to do any of this and you are more techie than I am, you can go to ChatGPT or you.com and you can ask them, what is my ideal customer avatar? I gave you this prompt right here for you to use. But as you can see, you can also just fill out what I put. It's in the downloads for you. But if you want to add your own, type this in and you can say, ask me 10 questions, ask me 5 questions, but you want ChatGPT to ask you a question or two. I'd say at least 5. Or you can just fill this out. If you like to use AI and you are a little confused and you don't know about yourself, fill it in here. This is a great way. It'll pop right out your ideal customer for you. And then you can read it. If you don't like it, go back and prompt it, make a little changes and go from there. Now that we know our customers, now's where we have to understand a buyer. So again, a customer is anybody who lands on our page. Out of any of those people who land on our page, we are trying to call out the people who align with who we want to work with, be in a community with. So we have some stipulations about who we're trying to call into our account. Now, that doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. And it also doesn't mean it has to be. I mean, my account has men, women, non-binary people. We have people of all ages now. It started with something. So start with something, and then as it grows, it's okay. After we get through that customer, now we have to understand who our buyer is. Now, again, a buyer now becomes someone who is either purchasing something from us, or we want them to be part of our community. We want them to like our videos. We want them to follow us. We want them to comment. So again, remember, this applies to everyone, whether or not money is changing hands. There are 4 types of buyers on social media. The first buyer I call impulsive is. Is someone who woke up in the morning and said, you know what, I really want to learn how to crochet today. And they type it in to TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, and they find content on that, either yours or someone else's. They say, I want to make money today. I want to learn how to make chicken parm today. I want to learn how to lose weight. I want to learn how to make ice cream sandwiches. They already know what they want, and they are going to resonate with the person who speaks to them the most. The second is collaborative Cal. This person is somebody who knows what they want, but they really want to feel like they're in the know, or they want to feel as if they are part of a community in some sort of way. And the easiest way, again, I can think about this is think about everybody who got a Stanley Cup when they were a big deal on TikTok, or think about everybody who's in part of the very demure, very mindful side of things. Think about all the people who watched Risa Tisa. Think about all of the people, if they're all teachers, if they all are nurses. Think about it like that. They are people who want to see, if you're selling something, these are the people who want to see all of the social proof, all of it. They want to learn about what Sally and Jane made. They want to understand that digital marketing, or I don't know, the travel industry or whatever is a $50 billion business. They want to understand that if there is a community to be connected with other people, they want all of the information. That is what Collaborative Cal wants. And then there's Bestie Brett. They don't care about anything that I just talked about. None of that matters to them. They have an idea of what they want to learn about, but they're also open to other topics in any sort of way. So they might have woken up this morning and said, I wonder if people are doing 75 hard. Cool, let me look at that. They type in 75 hard, but then they see somebody that is also talking about they started to do Pilates, and then they stopped doing that and they started juicing. Bestie Brett is going through there, because you know what Bestie Brett wants? Bestie Brett wants to know, like, and trust you. They want to feel as if you are best friends with them over the computer screen. They want to feel as if they can send you any email. They could write you at any point in time. They want to feel a connection with you. That is what Bestie Brett wants. They don't care if you have a community. They don't care if there's 1 million people on your page. They don't even really care or know what they're talking about. They just want to feel connected to you. And then there's Don't Know Dallas. Don't Know Dallas is somebody who is just doom scrolling through social media and just kind of trying to figure out what aligns with them. They don't care. They might like a bunch of other things. They definitely are the puppies, oysters, and rainbows of social media. Those are the people who are looking for, it could be information, it could be a connection, it could be anything. Those are the 4 types of buyers that exist. Again, selling something or buying something doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, if you are selling something or not. A buyer is somebody who is going to come to your page, stick around, and either buy something or be part of your community. We have to speak to all 4 of those different buyers. So first we have to speak to the audience, then we speak to the customer, then inside the customer, we call out our ideal customer. our ideal customer will fit into one of these 4 buyer categories. And then our job is to speak to these 4 buyer categories. Now, let me show you how we're going to do that. We need to make different content on different days that will speak to those different buyers. So for example, I am just going to say we are going to do a 5-day posting schedule, and we are going to be posting 1 piece of content every single day. So 2 days, we will be making content on the action side of our house. So again, that is going to be whatever action we take, tips, recipes, tricks, we're going somewhere, whatever the action is you are going to be doing. If you're selling something, it's on this. 2 days out of the week, you are going to be making content about that. It's very actionable. It's very, somebody can do something or get something out of that. This is 2 days. This will speak to Is and Collaborative Cal. 2 other days of the week, you are going to do your get readies with me, your point of views, your breaking news, your walks on B-roll, any of those type of things. I do like talking content, but it can be anything. These are people who could do trends. These are people who would probably into that very demure and very mindful. These are people who are going to be interested in if you have religious content, political content, if you just want to talk a little bit more about who you are or what you do. This is for Bestie Brett and Don't Know Dallas. One day you're going to post this content, the action content, or selling content is what it's also called. And then the next day you are going to post this connection or nurturing content. Whatever you did on day 1, so say you started on the action side, then day 2, you'll do the nurturing content and you'll switch back and forth. And your content will be 7 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, over a minute. And you are going to rotate your content in and out of these types of content because we want to see what's going to align with people. We're going to understand where people are and what they feel and what they resonate with. For those of you selling on TikTok Shop, on Amazon, digital marketing, if you want to post multiple times a day, there is absolutely no problem with that. One actually for everybody, if you want to post multiple times a day. However, on TikTok specifically, it is taking 7 to 10 days for content to actually get out there and really get in front of people. So if you want to post multiple times a day, what I would suggest to you is post in the morning time, so between 6 and 9. And then your next post would be again between 4 and 8. If you are dead set that you want to post 3 times a day, then I want you to understand that those views are going to on TikTok take a little longer to get out there in the world. That's it. For those of you on TikTok Shop, Amazon, and on digital marketing or any other selling side of things, I believe that this is the side of the house that you are ignoring and you are focusing more on the selling side, and that's hurting you. You have to talk to Bestie Brett and Don't Know Dallas if you want to make sales. So if you want to do 2 selling pieces of content, fine. At lunchtime, do a nurturing piece of content or do a nurturing story on TikTok or on Instagram, excuse me. You can do a YouTube short too, but you still have to do the nurturing content. Now, if you all want to post 3 times a day, then just do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But recognize that those views are not going to go out there as much. It's going to take longer, which is why I tell people to pull back some. But I do also know that there is a mentality that the more real estate you take up, the better it is. I just want everyone to know that that is starting to be old school, especially TikTok. At the end of the day, you want to rotate between your action and your selling side and your nurturing side. So I say 2 pieces of content a week on this, 2 pieces of content on a week on that, and then 1 piece of content a week on any of the topics that you want to talk about. This should give you time to make really good content, good lighting, good audio, good value. It gives you time to research a little bit more. It gives you time to see what other people are talking about. If you want to do more, absolutely do it, but just keep rotating between these conversations because you need all 4 of these buyers to be successful. You need all 4 of these buyers to like your videos, to comment on your videos, to share your videos, and to purchase from you if you want to. And if all you're doing is selling or all you're doing is action stuff on your videos, you're alienating the people who want to have that more connection with you. Same if all you're doing is nurturing content, then you're alienating the people who might want a little bit more action or want some more from you in any sort of way. If you are kind of like, Nicole, I don't have any actions. I don't have any of those type of things. I don't know what you're talking about. That's ridiculous. You can always, again, go down to storytelling. You can always relate things to breaking news. You can always, I mean, all of us have a point of view on something. So you can always say POV. You can always tie things back to tip, a trick out of your point of view. So it could be, I can't be the only one who ever learned. That would be more on your connecting side. Or it could be like, my life dramatically changed when I started doing this. That's on the action side. There are just ways for you to connect with people. You can choose to say to people, the 5 things I wish people would do. You could say, I don't know who needs to know. I don't know who needs to hear this. Or you could say, you could do it from the I perspective, and you can always do, I learned this and my life changed, or when I did this, my ex happened. But you want to do it with, when I did this, this happened, that's action. And then what you want to do this was, you know what I think, that's a connection action. These are important. And this is what people forget when they get on social media, because they think that buyers are only for people who are selling something. Buyers are people who are going to be in your community. And then they will, if you have something, eventually they will buy something from you if you do your job correctly. But they also will be there for you to like your videos, share your videos, cheer you on. Those things are important, whether you're selling something or you're not. You still need people to watch your content. And that is why understanding the audience, the customer, how to call out our ideal customer, and then how to get to our buyer really plays into our niche house and our mission.